My name is Lino Ahlering. I'm the Managing Director of Daraz, Nepal.
Hi, I'm MD Kavi, Managing Director at Daraz. So this year, if we just look at Nepal, we've done a lot of new things. One of the first things we did when Lino and I first arrived was we looked at what happened last year and to see how we can improve this. So we went really into the details to look at the entire customer experience and seller experience, particularly after 11/11 last year, and we did our best to make sure that customers receive the best customer experience, our sellers receive the best seller experience. And like the results we can see in the numbers. So even now, Nepal, out of the 5 markets that we're in, we have one of the best E2E lead times, right? This means our customers actually receive products on average faster than any of our markets now in Nepal. And then we've also brought in some new things. So now you can pay by card on the website. And the aim is to increase this a lot, makes it much more easier for the customer. So really, we've done a lot this year.
If we look at the market, obviously we have customers who are very well informed, and they also know what is not only happening in Nepal, but also what happens in India, in China. And based on that, they have their expectations, which is also very fine to us. So that means, obviously, we always have to really be the best in the market. We really need to make sure that our prices are good, right? They're actually the best in the market, that our delivery, like Jay said, is really on time. And that we really have a wide assortment. So that's very, very important. On the other hand, it's like we always need to look at this performance part. So we really need to make sure that not only ourselves internally with our team, where we control directly, are doing the best, but all the stakeholders that work together with Daraz, right? So when you look at it, Daraz is actually a platform. So you have, on the one hand, you have the sellers, but then you also have the buyers, you have the banks, you have different logistics partners that we work together with. And we also need to make sure that they also performing accordingly to make them also better. So I would say these are one of the challenges that we're actually focusing on a lot.
Yeah, so there are some benefits, of course. So a lot of young Nepalese people, the kind of people that we hire here, they really want to work for an MNC. So this means that we tend to get among the best people that we can here. So that's a real positive. We also benefit from Alibaba's infrastructure and their technology. So, for example, if you use our app, it's one of the first deployments of AI in Nepal. So you get a personalized shopping experience. There are some challenges, of course. So we are a foreign FDI company. So we take investment from outside of Nepal. And this comes with, let's say, additional regulatory burdens. But we always try to comply, and we try to just facilitate the regulatory bodies as best we can. But nonetheless, so there are positives and benefits to being an MNC.
I think if you look at Nepal as a e-commerce market, we see very similar patterns also in the countries that are next to us, like Bangladesh or, for example, India. So you have an internet penetration here of more than 60% right now in Nepal. And most of our customers we actually reach through an app. So the mobile phone penetration is very, very high in Nepal. So that the focus from us is really focusing on engaging customers with an app. So actually close to 90% of our customers are using an app, which obviously makes it clear that this is our strategic focus. So we're really focusing on this. And the second part that we have a great emphasis on is on payment. We have been doing for a very long time here in Nepal actually just this cash on delivery, so that every order that you actually got, you had to pay in cash, which sometimes also led to that customers didn't have enough cash or not the right amount with them. And so what we really wanted to make sure is also develop something together with the banks here, which is very common in most of the markets in Asia or worldwide, right? So that actually you can prepay your order with a debit or a credit card. And we finally launched this during Nepali New Year, so beginning of the year. So that is also a major focus for us right now, because it makes the whole shopping experience very, very convenient for the customer. There's no this hassle of cash. And I think the great thing also is that obviously the banks are also very interested in it, and there are a lot of discounts for the customer. So in general, win-win situation. So I would say app focus is very important. And then the other part is also prepayment. This is something where we look at it a lot right now.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. We never really know how a country will adopt new technology, for example. But if we look at the progress that we've made in the 4 or so years that this company or its predecessor has been, for sure there's been growth. So we fully expect there to be, lots more people that still haven't tried online shopping to do so, and Daraz is the best place to do this. And we also expect there to be embraced not just from the customers, but also from the sellers. So the people that supply the goods to the customers. They don't buy from Daraz, they buy from Nepalese sellers, for example. And so we expect more and more businesses to decide to go and use this online channel. So in that respect, the scope is huge. And in the next 5 years, we have aggressive plans to enable more customers throughout Nepal to be able to access the millions of goods that will be available online in this time. So definitely a strategic focus would be to make sure that we can deliver to as many locations, even the most rural of places, and also enable lots of Nepalese businesses to participate in this online revolution.
Yeah, so I think what is interesting for us here in Nepal that is actually we have a very diverse assortment. So it's not really that there's only one category which everyone buys and then that's it. So when we look at it, also traditionally we have been selling fashion quite a lot. So we are a good place to get really top brands, but locally as well as international brands. This can mean, for example, Adidas, but also can mean local brands like Sonam Gears, who have been doing really, really well on our platform. On the other hand, obviously electronics is also something that works really well. So if we look at it, for example, mobile phones, all the mobile phone accessory parts, and also appliances, especially at this time of the year, now that Dashain is coming up, a lot of people are actually buying in this segment. So this is usually what we see the highest traction. But then also there are many, many other categories that are growing really fast. So at the beginning of the year, we actually launched our D-Mart section. So we had a very strong focus on groceries. And that has been growing a lot in the last months. So that's also very interesting for us. So customers now also see Daraz as actually a channel to buy everyday items, right? Like shampoo or rice. And that's very interesting. What we have been recently doing, and that's also very interesting, we have been focusing on digital products. That means, for example, you can now also top up your phone on Daraz, which is very, very new. And we're also focusing on items like travel packages.
First of all, it's very easy to sell on Daraz. You can just go to our website or our app and just click on Sell on Daraz. You throw up a few details and then you get access to our university. We call it Daraz University. And this shows any young entrepreneur or any business really how to get the best out of our technology and increase their sales online. This goes right the way from how to decorate your store, how to upload products, how to make your products more appealing, how to take advantage of all of our promotions. All of this we've put as a means to allow businesses to educate themselves on some of the best practices. And this has all been informed by our experience, not just in Nepal, but throughout the Alibaba network, which is, pretty much all of Asia. So yeah, there's a lot of things that we do to try and help businesses increase their sales online. Yeah, so it's really simple actually. So just go to the website or the app and click on Sell on Daraz. You upload, you create an account, you put in your business registration details. You would order the packaging material that you would send your products to the customers. And once you've uploaded your products, you we drive a lot of traffic towards the site and the app. When you receive an order, you just package, click ready to ship on your system, and then you can drop it off at one of our locations, one of our third-party locations, and it gets delivered to the customer. So in that sense, it's relatively easy.
I think the great thing is there really that it's so easy, there's no risk, and it really opens for sellers that they don't only sell to their area just around the corner, but it really opens up them a market beyond their city, right? So they can actually, a seller from Pokhara could sell to Janakpur or to Kathmandu. And this is, I think, the great thing about Daraz, that you open up Nepal to sellers in different locations. So I think last year, considering that 1111, since our acquisition through Alibaba, was a new concept to Nepal, right? So that actually for all the Daraz markets, for all the 5 markets, we had to first establish this concept of 1111 and explain what it's all about. In China, it's huge. Worldwide, it's also becoming a brand now. But then obviously we first had to do a lot of marketing education about this. But then we were really overwhelmed by how great it actually turned out. So if we look at the sales numbers, where we actually generated sales of close to 22 crore Nepali rupees in a single day. This is massive, right? I think we talked about this before, that we had certain leading deals like the Xiaomi Poco phone sold out 1,000 units in less than 30 minutes. So these were levels that Nepal never really has seen in terms of online shopping. So it was very, very big success. We obviously learned a lot also in terms of operations because we were just overwhelmed and we couldn't process the orders as fast as we would have liked them to be. And this was the major learning also throughout this year, that we, like Jay said in the beginning, we looked a lot at our processes. We hired a lot of new people. We built infrastructure. We worked together with our partners, our sellers, to really prepare everyone for the next 1111, where we're gonna go to the limits again. Right? Our sales numbers will be bigger than last year. We will have better deals. We will have now also prepayment, a lot of banks on board. So yes, 1111 will be the highlight always. There will be a Black Friday, but the focus clearly shifted to 1111. So it's really this major shopping event that we want to share, not only with the Chinese customers like Alibaba in China is doing, but also here now in Nepal. And we're preparing a lot. Everyone around here in the office is focusing on this now. Focusing on new launches, new deals, having banking discounts, and then obviously with much better operational efficiency. So we're still in the planning, so I don't want to reveal too much, but there are many new launches obviously coming up, right? So when you look at mobile phones, there will be new launches coming up. We will have a lot of banking partners on board, a lot of new assortment across the board. And then there will be many new mechanisms which we will reveal also very soon. Right now, there's also a new second campaign, the second biggest campaign of the year coming up, which is Dashain. Everyone knows Dashain is a huge shopping season in Nepal. So this even happens before. It starts on the 15th of September for 2 weeks. And the great thing is that we're going to run it for 2 weeks, mid-September. And so everyone can actually do their Dashain shopping a lot earlier. So they don't have to go through the hassle and going to the markets. You guys know how busy the time is and how crowded stores will be. You can just do it all online before. We actually have a lot of great deals. We will also have a lot of phone deals, a lot about fashion. Again, a lot of banking partners, a lot of discounts from our end. So this is what customers can look forward to already now. And then 1111 will be even bigger and better.
We're looking to do essentially almost double what we would do in a month, just in this one campaign. And 1111 will be even bigger. So the reason why we think we will do this is because, like Lino mentioned, like nobody wants to be in New Road 2 days before Dashain because it's just too packed, right? And we offer the same, if not better, prices on Daraz, and it gets delivered to your doorstep. You can do all your Dashain shopping on your phone. This is the way.
The marketplace obviously works very dynamic, and usually it's the best one who wins, right? So the best pricing usually wins. There can be 2 sellers offering the same product at different pricing, but what customers eventually have is the choice. So they can look at the seller rating, they can look at the reviews of a product, and they can obviously look at the price. And all this together makes a purchasing decision. And in the end, the best product or the best seller wins. And this is how it works with Amazon, with Alibaba, and it also works quite successfully. So what we really give to customers is this whole transparency that they can compare and make their choice very informed. And by that, customers really don't run into a lot of risk. And I think the good thing is, even if they're not happy with the product, what stands out also, or what is very different compared to us with the offline market, is that we have a returns policy. And this is very, very transparent. So let's say you get an item and you're not happy, the quality is maybe not up to the mark, or it's damaged or whatever, you can actually return the item, right? And we're obviously going to return it back to the seller. And you have it 7 days in general, and even for some item, our Daraz Mall, which is our premium section, even up to 14 days. And this is something that no one else otherwise in Nepal actually can offer.
Your online payments on Daraz are handled by Alibaba's financial company, financial services company, which is called Ant Financial, and it is the biggest financial company in the world that does this. So it's 100% safe, and also when you're transacting, you will note that you can't just put in your credit card details and that's what happens. There's an additional layer of security where you will receive a one-time passcode, an OTP. So the phone number that you have registered with your bank will receive an SMS or an email or something like this, and then you've got to put that into our system just to make sure that it's 100% secure. We have to start from a certain location and expand outwards. So it's not like we can say, we'll cover from tomorrow. We're going to do this step by step, but the goal is definitely there. And it will just be a factor of making sure that if we say we're going to deliver to a certain location, that we make sure that those customers receive a good experience. Because what we don't want to do is say, yes, we deliver there and not be able to give them the Daraz promise. Young person, he was 19, he wanted to start up a business importing some goods, and he was looking at how he can sell them. And I would say what I said to him, which was, take a look at Daraz, see what we're doing, sign up as a seller. It's really like zero risk almost, because we don't require you to set up a store, we don't require you to hire any people. And I would say that, if you look at the wider global economy, selling online, the e-commerce space is huge, it's growing rapidly. You want to be part of this. Daraz can help you get there. You can learn a lot from us. We can also learn a lot from you. So I would say the best thing you could do is to start.
I agree. Take the risk, because it's very simple. It's very, very simple. And I think the good thing is that you don't really need experience.